What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, I'm going to show you a passing play to help destroy all the popular ways people are playing defense in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So I want to show y'all a really tough play today. It is out of the Empty Y Texan. I believe this is also in the Saints playbook. If you know any other playbooks that this is in, please comment below because I'm not sure of all the playbooks that it's in. And the play is called Fork. Now, this play is hash mark dependent. What that means is you want to always run this play. You want your three receiving options on the short side of the field. And this is because this corner route is only going to beat the cover 4 pressed against good cornerbacks. It's only going to work on the short side of the field. If you run it to the middle or the wide side of the field, it's usually going to get picked off. So we want to just make sure that whichever hash mark we're on, we want those three guys on the short side of the field. Now, to set this up, there's going to be multiple setups. So first off, if they run the cover 4 baseline press, we can get a one-play touchdown. So most people don't understand how to fix this issue. So when you baseline and you press, you see how out here Talib is like way too far inside. He's not going to be able to recover. Now, your backup running back is the guy who is at the X position, but I put Montgomery there because he's a little bit faster. He's 90 speed. You pretty much want to have your fastest running back here, and on this team, Montgomery is the fastest, and he's fast enough, but if you have a guy that's like 93 plus, it's even better. So if we see them pressed up like this, and that guy's lined up to the inside of him, we just want to put him on a fade. And that's all we need to worry about. If it's a cover 3 or cover 4 and they're pressed like that, it is going to be a one-play touchdown. We just bomb it to him and we rat catch it for a touchdown. Like I said, he's only 90 speed, so he's not getting crazy separation. But most teams have a guy that's at least a little bit faster than 90, maybe 92, 93, and it's a lot better. Now, whether they're baseline or pressed or not, that doesn't matter for the rest of the play, but that's if you see them press like that, you always want to just fade this guy and look for the one-play touchdown. The only other thing I do as far as the setup is I take the A tight end, I put him on a whip route. Now watch, we have Chris Harris over here too, the best corner in the game, so watch how he does not defend this corner route. Because we're on the short side of the field, he can't get over there to defend it. We just want to bullet pass lead it to the sideline. We want to hold possession catch to make sure we get our feet in bounds. Now watch when we put the ball in the middle of the field, watch what happens. Because this is, I want to show you the difference of why this needs to be on the short side of the field. So now we're in the middle of the field, and you'll see, watch how Harris reacts to it now. He reacts a lot better. He didn't get the pick there, but he almost got it. And in a lot of situations, he will actually pick it. But you see that was a very dangerous throw. That's not a throw you want to make. We'll do it again, and you'll see that he reacts the same way again. You see, like, he's getting up there, and not a throw you want to make. He didn't pick it either of those two times, but trust me, a lot of times he's picking that and going the other way. So you see that he's right up on it. It's dangerous. But when we're on the short side of the field and doing the same thing, he is not quite nearly as close to it as you can see. Like, he's way further off. He's, a good 4 yards away, so we're safe. So that's one thing. So basically how you want to read this play against cover 3s and cover 4s, whether they're pressed or not. Like I said, if they're pressed, look for that one-play touchdown. But let's just say they're not pressed. When they're not pressed, what I like to do with X is I just like to simply put him on an in route just to have an option coming over the middle. So we see here the cornerbacks are a little bit further back. They're not pressed. Now, what you want to really do with this play is mainly to look for the corner route or the whip route. So you want to watch how they're playing. So we see here that linebacker jumps down, so we want to hit the corner out there. Bam, tap our feet, and we're good to go. Now, if they were in a cloud flat instead of a hard flat, you will notice that he's going to play further back on that corner. We see he's drifting, so we just hit underneath, and you can see we're picking up about 12 yards underneath with Martellus Bennett. Very simple. You're going to do the same thing against cover 3. You're going to look for that 1-2 punch every time. It's going to be, most people are going to be in cover 3 or cover 4. They're going to be pressing. So let's say they know that the one-play touchdown's coming, so they manually back this guy up, and now they're usering over the middle. So they're like, okay, we can stop the corner route over here, but I'm not going to get bombed, yada, yada. Still isn't going to matter. The corner route is going to be open, and it's going to take them a while to figure out, like, why is my cornerback not jumping this? I'm pressed. So that's basically all you want to do against cover 3 and cover 4. Now, if they go cover 2, this is when you can start. You can do the same concept against cover 2, but this is when you might start looking for the post as a later read. So here, cover 2. we see, all right, Talib's playing back, so we dump it underneath, and we pick up about 6 yards. Sometimes you'll get even a little bit more. You'll get like 7 or 8 sometimes. So here, we will play cover 2 and play underneath. It's just all about reading the defense this year. I mean, really every year, but more so this year than ever. Just reading the defense. So we see, okay, Talib's coming down aggressively. Bam, we have the corner route. We just have to read them. Now we're going to look at the post route. So I would say probably any team except maybe the Seahawks, you might want to be a little bit more careful with the post routes because they have those amazing safeties. But you can usually throw either of these post routes against cover 2. You have to just kind of commit to one. You don't want to, you know, try to throw them, be looking at both. You kind of have to commit to one because they're going to break at different times. So there we hit Jordy. Now here we'll look at Adams over here. You can see cover 2, they're usually going to do a pretty good job at beating that. And then if they're in a cover 2, for example, and they're not playing underneath, a lot of times you're going to have the in route is just kind of a check down for us. If everything is just flaring out, you know, we're getting pressured quick and we need to dump it down, we could dump it down to him. Now let's look at man defense. Not something you're going to run into too often this year, but if they go man defense, we have things we can do. Okay, A pretty much is going to usually, okay, he jumped that there, but that's because Martellus Bennett is really, really slow. If you have a faster tight end, that's going to be an option, but Martellus Bennett is just really slow. So, you know, most of you probably won't be using the Packers. If you're using a team with a faster tight end that's got decent route running, A will beat man every time. But you're going to have other things you can do against man, like you can hit these post routes if you have, like you see, that's Chris Harris on Jordy Nelson. Chris Harris, the best man coverage corner in the game. Jordy still beat him. So if Jordy can beat Chris Harris, then you're in pretty good hands no matter what. You're going to have Devontae Adams over the middle. He's going to usually, a lot of times, in a lot of man sets, unless they're in like quarters, they're going to have a linebacker on him. So he's going to be good money against that. Let's see what else we can do. A lot of times you can hit the corner out. It just depends how he releases. If he releases to the outside, you're going to be able to dust man with him. On like the previous play, he released to the inside. So if you got to watch how that corner releases. If he releases to the outside, he'll beat man every time. If he releases to the inside, you don't want to throw that. Here we forgot to audible into man. So one last thing with man defense is typically you will be able to hit the in route against man. It just kind of depends again on like his release and the separation. Here you can see Talib's actually doing a pretty good job on it because Montgomery's not like an amazing route runner. So it really just depends on who you have at these positions. But for man, you mainly want to look at the post because both posts will work, and the corner route when he releases outside, and the X and A against man, it really just depends on your route running and speed, honestly. But this is a real good play. Like, it's a good mix-in play. It's not something I necessarily would build around. It's a good mix-in play to throw at people. And then if you're in a 5-wide, you know, a lot of times you can audible to, like, the quick screens every now and then. The guys do move, so you can't really pull this out too often. But, you know, a lot of times if they're in the cover 4, this is a good way to beat cover 4, you know, randomly pulling out the quick screen. So just another wrinkle you can throw in there. But just a mix-in play, just a play that's really good at beating the defenses. A lot of people just blindly run. A lot of people you run into online will just run the cover 4 and cover 3 blindly, but they won't really adjust it too much. And if they're not great at usering, I mean, you can run stuff like this on them all day because they're just going to sit in it all day and be like, whoa, why am I not stopping them? Because they're not really adjusting it. So just something else for y'all to sprinkle in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.